Welcome to You Have to Watch This podcast. I'm Alan,
And I'm Ryan.
and today we're gonna change things up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We we weren't sure what we were gonna talk about today
No, we weren't.
because neither of us have had time to really sit down and watch a movie. Even though I've watched all 8 Star Wars movies in the last 7 days, like part of me wanted to do the Star Wars holiday special today.
I don't really have a lot to say about the holiday
I've
special.
never seen it. I've seen bits and pieces, but
And it's long too.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is like, I don't have time. So we came up with another idea, which is we're going to do our end of the year show before we see Last Jedi. Because I think last year when we did it, it was a lot more of Rogue One.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that again. So this is we're going to talk about our favorite movies that we've seen this year that aren't Star Wars. And I can't really, there's other stuff that's coming out soon that I want to see, but that's more awards type movies. So I think we'll save that for like a reward show.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I also want to try to keep it away from things that we've already talked about.
Yeah.
Like Guardians of the Galaxy and Wonder Woman, Justice League, stuff that we haven't talked about yet. Because I know you've seen movies that I haven't seen in theaters, and I've seen movies that you haven't seen. And the first one I want to talk about, which is something real quick, like last year we did like a number 5, number 4.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that this year. We're just going to talk about our favorites. And I've got a few categories I want to bring up, and I'll get your take on those categories then. But one that I really enjoyed that I don't think you've seen, but I saw in theaters and have seen it again since and loved it, is Power Rangers.
I still haven't seen it yet.
Power Rangers was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it way more than I probably should have. We've talked about this before on the show, but I loved Power Rangers. And this movie was everything I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
I saw the panel back at New York Comic Con last year and was super pumped for it. And it met all my expectations. So I really hope they make a sequel to it, but I don't know if they are. They haven't announced anything yet. And at this point, I don't know if they're going to, which is a shame because it was a strong movie. Like, it's what they needed to get this franchise started again. And they had plans for like at least a trilogy, maybe more.
Yeah.
And it'd be a shame if they can't do it, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I didn't hear anything bad from people that actually went to go see it.
Yeah.
It's just when it comes to just everything that was happening for me this year,
Yeah.
I haven't had time to see it, but I want to. It's one of those things that like I get kind of confused though when I see it on the DVD racks because I have to really look at it to make sure that I'm not looking at like a $5, like
Rip off.
No, not a rip off, but like Power Rangers 1 Turbo and Power Rangers 1 and Power Rangers Turbo, like all of the other movies that they've made back in the 90s. Like I have to like really look at it so to make sure that's like if I'm going to get this, I need to look for that cover and not that one or that one or that one or that one.
I'm hoping there's one that I hope I get for Christmas. Like I'd be happy to have that in my collection.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what's one that you've got?
So many movies.
Yeah. I know you saw it.
Yes. Thank you for reminding me again. It's early in the morning, and once we get going, I'll get better in the flow. But
no, you're good.
Yeah, no. It was I saw it this year and in theaters, and it's mainly because my wife actually got me onto the original like 2-part movie miniseries. And I know we talked about it a little bit, but you didn't get a chance to see it yet.
I haven't seen the theatrical version. I saw the miniseries.
Okay.
Because we were going to do an episode on it, but I never made it to the theater.
Yeah.
So
it's just the way that they did the movie, the theatrical movie, I liked because it is going to be 2 movies.
Yeah.
It's going to be 2 of them, and I definitely liked how they pretty much stuck with just them as kids.
Yeah.
Because in the theatrical version, it goes back and forth. Like they'll show
the TV version.
Yeah. In the TV version, they'll show them as like adults, and then as a flashback to kids, and then as adults, and then a flashback to kids, and it goes back and forth and back and forth. And if you're not paying attention, you get lost real quick.
Yeah.
But with the way that they did the film, it was just the way that it was creepy. It was fun. They definitely showed adolescence, I feel, truly. Up until, of course, they have to deal with a giant, evil clown monster thing.
There's an evil clown in it.
Well, of course there is.
That's my attempt at humor at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. But no, it's just the way that they did it. I know some people saw it, I guess. I don't know what they were expecting, but some people that I talked to weren't exactly happy with it. But as a fan of the original, I loved it.
Okay.
So
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Have you seen Logan yet?
I got it. I have it on Blu-ray. I haven't watched it yet. I just got it a couple days ago.
All right. If you just got it, then maybe we'll do an episode on it here soon. But I really enjoyed Logan. I thought it was a really good send-off to Hugh Jackman. Yeah. I've seen every X-Men movie in theaters, so I had to go see this one because it's the end of... It's how they're going to end this series. There's no way that they're going to keep going beyond in the timeline of Logan, I don't think.
Yeah.
I think that's the end of it. So, especially with the Fox merger now.
Yeah.
So, I really enjoyed it. It's everything it needed to be. It's almost like a Western, which is what I like about the X-Men movies at Fox.
Yeah.
They're doing these different genres. So, Logan's a Western. New Mutants, which is coming out next year, is a horror movie. You've got the comedy with Deadpool.
Yeah.
Which is going to be interesting if Fox... I don't know what Disney's going to do with them now.
Disney isn't going to change the formula. I guarantee it. It was the highest. It was the highest grossing R-rated movie ever.
I hope they keep Deadpool the way it is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, does Marvel want to keep making R-rated movies? I don't know.
Well, how many R-rated movies have they made?
2, but those were at Fox. Marvel hasn't made any.
Still. The formula works.
Yeah.
And Disney would be dumb if they didn't be like, okay, we're not entirely comfortable with making R-rated movies. We're not, this isn't really our thing, but it works. Yeah. And it's what the fan base of those movies want.
So I hope...
And there's enough of them to keep it profitable.
I hope Disney doesn't mess with the X-Men formula too much. Because if you can get away with making an R-rated X-Men movie. You can't really get away with making an R-rated Spider-Man movie.
No, because it's
not even. Well, they don't even have Spider-Man, so you can't make an R-rated. I don't know, Hawkeye movie. Actually, you could.
Well, when it comes to the context of the two storylines, they're completely different.
Yeah.
I mean, even though the X-Men were one of those Saturday morning cartoons back in the 90s, it doesn't really fit for a younger audience because of the subject matter that it goes around. I mean, you've got these people that when they're teenagers going through puberty is when their powers get ignited whenever they get angry, excited, a rush of high emotions. As teenagers, those situations aren't exactly family appropriate depending on what's going on.
Yeah.
Just like they showed in the first X-Men movie. Rogue, the first person she hurt, was during a makeout session. So, I mean, and then you've got the prejudice part of it that is against them. People being angry with them for only being who they are.
Yeah.
The subject matter of the X-Men fits for more of an R-rated title or rating than like Captain America or Iron Man. Now, granted, Iron Man could, but they decided not to go that route with him.
With the demon in the bottle.
They decided not to go that route, which for
which
family
I hear a lot
audience,
about because my wife is still pissed about that.
Yeah,
but maybe they could now. Like if you with Infinity War, it might get you to a point where, like, these movies have been out for 10 years. Maybe you start doing maybe Iron Man will get his, maybe not R, but his dark demon in a bottle send off.
Yeah.
Like, do a good storyline with him and end his story.
Yeah.
Like, maybe not demon in the bottle, but I don't know.
Something.
Make it dark. You can make these movies darker.
Yeah. Because, I mean, part of the best storytelling is reflecting society.
Yeah.
And to be perfectly honest, the getting Iron Man or one of the Avengers to slip into like a deep depression, mental health issues, not getting the right amount of help. It happens to everybody every day.
And they've already done the mental health stuff with Iron Man a little bit with Iron Man 3, but everyone ignores that except for me.
Exactly. And so I think having a proper send-off with him, I mean, hell, they could change it to be like, because of he's getting older in that suit, he's taking painkillers. Yeah. And everybody who watches the news for the past 4 years knows what's going on with that right now. Mm-hmm. So they could change the demon in the bottle to him becoming opioid dependent.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's Disney, and I don't see them doing that.
The best works of art reflect real life.
Yes, I completely agree. But back to Logan.
Yeah, back to Logan.
I think Patrick Stewart deserves a nomination for his role in Logan, more so than in any of the other X-Men movies, because he does some heavy shit in this.
Well, Patrick Stewart, for me, I haven't seen the movie, so what I'm going to throw in my 2 cents on this one.
Okay.
Patrick Stewart earns a nomination for every category ever for every year going forward because he is Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
Because he is Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, but he like in this one, it's the first time that Professor X is really, his version of Professor X is really a character.
Yeah.
They give him an arc. In the other ones, it's not so. It's the kind of like, oh, he's playing chess with Magneto.
Yeah.
And you don't really get much growth there.
Yeah. Well,
and then they the way they killed him was bullshit.
Yeah.
But in this one, he actually has that arc with Logan, and he's losing his mind a little bit.
Yeah.
And so it's funny. You're laughing at 1 second, and then you're crying the next.
Yeah.
And I will say this: Logan is one of the few. Logan's probably the only time I've cried in a movie theater this year.
Okay. Well, one of the things when it comes to Professor X and actually having him have an arc in this movie, granted not seeing it, but I can kind of get it. Professor X was always depicted as being, like I said before about when I was talking about Star Wars, and Anakin grows up and realizes that all of the adults he thought had everything together don't, and it's that experience that most of us have growing up. I feel like Professor X was supposed to be that stereotype of, this is an adult, he has it together, follow what he says. Unlike other adults, this guy actually knows what he's talking about and has the wisdom and the knowledge to actually work out life. And to actually have... Is that a chainsaw or a motorbike? Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, then.
It's a guy on a motorbike with a chainsaw.
Jason, the teenage years. Anyway. When it comes to him, having Professor X have some weakness is definitely something that's not comfortable. I can definitely say that from my point, like going into this knowing that that's not comfortable. It's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah.
And they definitely have the right actor portraying it.
Yeah.
But it's not, because he's supposed to be like like that one person in your family that has everything together.
Yeah, and they kind of go into why he doesn't anymore.
Okay.
And it's still kind of open-ended. I think they wanted to explore that down the line, and I don't think they're going to get a chance to now. Mm-hmm. But I'm okay with it if they never do.
Yeah.
What else do you got?
Okay. Well, we actually talked about that one, so I'm going to skip that one. I was going to say Split, but you saw that one, and we did an episode on that.
Yeah, we did an episode on Split.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Glass.
Same here.
My brother just saw Split for the first time.
Yeah.
He bought it on Black Friday. I don't know if I talked about this on the show or not.
Did he know that it was a sequel?
No. So next time I saw him, I brought Unbreakable over. I was like, here you go.
Yeah.
Because he watched it, and I was like, did you get the twist? He was like, no. Okay, here.
Yeah. Watch this, you'll get it.
Yeah. So, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I gave him like a quick synopsis of this is what Unbreakable is. He's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That
guy at the end, he's the main character. Oh, okay.
That makes sense now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Or why Bruce Willis is randomly in the last 3 seconds of the movie.
Like, why would you get an actor like Bruce Willis and only put him in 3 minutes?
They did that in Wayne's World in the second one. He goes to the gas station and he asked where
Charlton
the church is.
Heston?
Yeah, and they bring and there's the first guy. He's like, can we do any better? This is kind of an important scene. And they bring in Charlton Heston to finish it out for like 10 seconds.
Yeah. I knew a girl who lived there once.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was perfect. I love that. Great performance, I have to admit. They definitely did a good job on that one.
Yeah.
On the spot casting.
Let's just talk about Wayne's World.
Okay, so I'm trying to...
Party on, Ryan.
What? What'd you say?
I said party on, Ryan.
Party on, Alan. To be honest, this year was a lot of rewatches for me.
Okay.
Because it's
well, okay, so
yeah.
is there any movies that you watched this year that you haven't seen? Like, nothing, that doesn't have to come out this year. Anything you watched this year that you're probably caught up on that you want to talk about?
Well, I just watched Tim Allen's Santa Claus for the first time again, and like since it came out.
Why didn't you tell me that? We could have done a holiday episode. We'll save that. We'll save that for the holiday. We'll do the Santa Claus. Because I watch that every year.
I got a ton of movies on Black Friday.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember. This is bad because I was thinking about it last night, like trying to go over a list of movies, and I had the same problem last night.
Well, see, I have this book here. I've been keeping track of all the movies I've watched.
Yeah.
So it's...
I need to start doing that.
I've got a few. But I only bought this book to do that.
Yeah. So I'm trying...
Did you see Get Out?
Get Out. Yeah, actually, I
you
saw
did?
that. Yeah, I saw it. Did you?
Oh, good. Let's talk about that.
Okay, good.
We haven't talked about this yet. I just saw it last week.
Really?
Yeah, I got it. I'm unemployed, so I've been getting a lot of stuff from the library.
Yeah. What did you think of it?
I loved it.
It's great, isn't it?
It's one of my favorite ones of this year.
Yeah.
It's definitely the best horror movie I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Because it's creepy. It's
Did you
awkward.
watch the alternate ending?
I did.
Yeah.
I like the ending in the movie so much better.
Oh, same here.
And the alternate ending for anyone who has seen Get Out is the cop car pulls up and it's actually cops, and then he goes to jail.
Yeah. Because he gets blamed for the murders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Like that's probably the more realistic ending.
Yeah.
But I like the alternate. I like the theatrical ending better because what Get Out does so well is build tension.
Yeah.
Like the whole movie, you're tense. Like any scene that's with him and the girlfriend at the house is awkward and it's like tense. There's something weird going on.
Yeah.
It gives you a weird feeling the whole time.
Yeah.
The only time you don't really have that is when you're with the friend back in the city.
Yeah.
And so like it helped, like those scenes with getting away from him being hypnotized and all of that.
Yeah.
Like going back and forth like they did towards the end there, like help relieve the stress a little bit.
Yeah.
But at the end it just gets so intense with him escaping and breaking out, and like it's like you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then you see the cop car come and you're like, oh crap, they're gonna take him.
Yeah.
And then his friend comes out and you're like, holy shit. Like it's the first time you can like
breathe.
You can let the tension out. Like
you
can relax because it's over.
Yeah.
And not a lot. I can't think of one horror movie that does that as well as Get Out.
What I like about Get Out and some other horror movies that have come out recently is Hollywood is getting back to the old way of doing horror films, where it's less gore, less knifing, and more actual making the audience feel uneasy, feel off, feel creepy. And you do that with great acting. You do that with great script writing. You do that with just the way you film the movie. Shots that aren't exactly angled correctly. Shots that aren't exactly even on screen. It all adds together to make it feel creepy. And older horror films, even though as much as how overacted they were and out of date they are nowadays, they had that
Yeah.
Like the original House on Haunted Hill with Vincent Price. You watch that now, and it's kind of comical. Like
Yeah.
you know, like
Well,
you
see,
pull friends
anytime
over
I
and watch
see
it, but it had those elements in it.
Yeah.
It had the creepiness factor to it for those audiences back then.
Yeah. See, anytime I see Vincent Price, I just think of Bill Hader's impression from SNL. Have you seen those sketches?
Yeah, you showed me one already.
The holiday specials.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. But yeah, Get Out is just like so well done. Like,
Yeah,
I'm excited to see what Jordan Peele does after this.
Yeah.
Like, he's rebooting the Twilight Zone.
He'd be a good person for it.
Yeah, this was pretty much a
like an
episode
opening.
this was an episode of the Twilight Zone.
Yeah,
more or less. And I enjoyed it so much. Like I told my wife that after watching it, and I watched something else from the library, which I'll get into. I was like, I think I just watched two of my favorite movies of the year back to back.
What was the second movie?
The second movie was Baby Driver.
I haven't seen that yet.
Baby Driver is a lot of fun. And I was worried about watching it because I forgot that Kevin Spacey's in it.
Yeah.
And I watched it post all of that.
All of that craziness.
But he has such a like. I was worried that was going to ruin it for me.
Yeah.
But it didn't. Like, I kind of just forgot about it because he's in it, but he's not super important in it. Like he's important, but it's not like he's the hero of the movie. Like that would kind of put a damper on it. But he's kind of like the dick boss.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh yeah, fuck you. But what's nice about Baby Driver is the music.
Yeah.
The music is such an important part of this movie, and it's all good. Like, I didn't recognize many of the songs. Like, there were maybe 2 or 3 that I knew, but the music is such an important part, and it works so well throughout.
How much of the movie is him actually driving?
A good bit of it.
Okay.
Like, I'd say maybe it all revolves around him driving.
Okay.
So there are scenes where he's not driving, but he's the driver. So, yeah, I don't know, but it's important. The driving scenes are great, and it's all practical. Like, there's very little use of green screen, which is nice. So it feels like an old school.
I wonder how many cars they went through.
A bunch. Like there's one scene in a car junkyard. And thinking, I wonder how many of these they use for production, and just did this shot last.
Yeah.
But no, I really enjoyed Baby Driver, and I think we might do an episode on it in the future.
Okay, because I want to see it. I just haven't had the time.
Yeah. Anything else that you can think
One of the things that my wife has gotten me into is trying to get me to watch some of the horror movies that she's been really interested in.
Okay.
Like the Conjuring.
Oh, okay.
Like the Conjuring ones. She had me watch Annabelle. I'm not sure if you've seen that one or not.
I have not. I think I saw the first Conjuring. Okay. That's the one with like the super evil Darth Maul devil who pops up over the shoulder, right?
The like the nun, the evil nun looking thing.
No, that's not. What am I thinking of? That's not the Conjuring. I'm thinking of Insidious. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, Insidious.
I can't keep them
talking
straight.
about.
They both have Patrick Wilson in them, I think.
The one movie that I rewatched though, might be Insidious. It's the one with the Jewish exorcism.
The Jewish exorcism. That's a weird name for a movie.
It's not. It's not the name of the movie. The Possession.
The Possession.
It came out in 2012.
Oh.
But it's really good. It has to do with this Jewish tradition of taking evil spirits and putting them like in a box, and then you have to there's like a mirror in it, so they can only look at themselves, and to put it in you have to like sacrifice something that's close to you or whatever and put it in with it. But it's real, like as exorcism movies go, it's extremely interesting.
Okay. One movie that I finally got to watch this year in preparation for a movie that came out this year but I didn't get to see is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Yeah, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Which one?
That's the second one.
Okay,
in
and
that-
this
in that
it is of
trilogy.
the newer movies, right?
Of the new movies, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the one after the James Franco one.
Okay.
So I watched that like right around the time that War came out.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to go see War, and I actually have that sitting at the library right now for me. I just have to go get it and pay some fines. So I'm probably going to watch that. I might watch that this weekend. But
Okay.
So I'm really excited for War, but I really enjoyed Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Okay.
Those movies are fantastic. I keep forgetting that Andy Serkis is in Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see what he does with Snoke. 'Cause
Okay.
it'll be nice to see him actually play a humanoid character
Yeah.
in the motion capture. Because it's not something like, I guess Gollum a little bit
Yeah.
counts, but it's not something we've really seen. It's been Gollum, King Kong, and Caesar. And I'm really interested to see what he does with Snoke.
Yeah.
It's not just the hologram.
Well,
As much as I've avoided the spoilers, I know Snoke's in this movie.
yeah.
So, and I actually in it.
Yeah.
So,
It's gonna be interesting to see how that works out.
yeah. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, so is there any movie that you didn't see this year that you're really looking forward to seeing still?
There's a couple.
Okay.
This year has not been a movie theater movie
Yeah.
like a movie theater year for me, in all honesty, except for the ones that we went to go see.
Yeah.
Was it Homecoming came out, right?
Yeah,
this year?
Spider-Man Homecoming.
I haven't seen that. I really want to.
I was just going to
really
bring
wanna
that up.
see that one.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah, I really want to
is
see
really good.
Homecoming.
Spider-Man Homecoming is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Marvel movies, I think the most fun was Thor Ragnarok, which I know you haven't seen.
Yeah, I'll be seeing
Ragnarok is fantastic.
that. Yeah.
I can not recommend that more.
The movie that I do want to see that I hadn't
Mhm.
that I hadn't seen that we talked about over the summer,
Okay.
was it Franchise Man? The Michael Keaton movie with McDonald's?
Oh, The Founder?
The Founder, that's
Yeah.
it. I haven't seen that, and I really want to see
Yeah,
that one.
that came out last year. I want to see
Last
that too.
year? That came out
Yeah.
16?
Yeah, that was a Oscar season
okay.
movie.
Yeah, see, this past, everything's blending together
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, Ragnarok and Spider-Man were the other ones I wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
What movie are you looking forward to the most for next year?
For next year?
Yeah. We've got a lot coming up.
Yeah, we do have there is a lot coming up. Isn't the next It movie coming out next year, or is that 2019?
I think it's 2019 because they haven't made it yet. They haven't announced the cast for the adults yet. So
Okay. Give me a second, but I can definitely say that like movies that I hadn't got a chance to see.
mm-hmm.
No, I had to pull up a list.
That's fine.
I had to. It's just,
No, you're good.
Like buzzed.
I had one up
I'm
earlier.
burnt. Dunkirk, I didn't see.
Yo, Dunkirk! I really want to see that.
Really want to see Dunkirk.
Like as soon as that comes out, we're doing that. Like we might have to watch that at your place because you have a good sound system,
Mhm.
and I hear this sound in that is fantastic and makes the movie. So
And I want to see Mother. I know there's been a lot of mixed reviews on that,
yeah,
but I really want to see it
too because I like Aronofsky's stuff. Like
Yeah.
I'll watch it once and then I never need to see it again, and I feel like that's a perfect one for that. I
Yeah.
don't know what everyone like. I don't know why it's been getting such harsh reviews.
It's because people
I-
aren't expecting it for
Yeah.
what it is. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
and I
It's
don't know
more
what-
of an art
and I don't know
film
what
than
it
it
is,
is
'cause
supposed to be a horror.
I've been avoiding like trailers as much as I can this year, so I don't really know what it is.
It was advertised as a suspense
Mhm.
/ horror
and
film,
it's not that.
and it's not that. It's more of like an art film
Okay,
in a sense. But I still really want to see.
I like
it.
the occasional art film.
Valerian.
I want to see Valerian too.
Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets.
Yeah, we talked about that on our Fifth Element episode,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm looking forward to that too.
I was a movie that I was interested in seeing that I completely fell flat on was Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah, I need to rewatch Blade Runner, and I need to figure out which version of Blade Runner I need to watch.
Yeah.
So,
I really want to see Geostorm.
I have no desire. No, I'm really. Yeah, you want to see Geostorm as much as I want to see. You want to see Geostorm? I want to see Skyline too. When I go to the movie theater tonight, I'm going to ask them if I can get a ticket to the preview screening of Skyline 2.
Yeah. Okay, so my biggest surprise movie from 2017
Mm-hmm.
was Beauty and the Beast.
I liked it.
That
I don't
was
know if
my
it was a
biggest
huge
surprise. I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did. That's what I mean. Because see, the thing is, I like to be honest, I really do like Emma Watson. I do.
I do too.
I did not expect her, like, watching that movie. I wasn't like, it was like, oh, okay, well, that's an Emma Watson Disney movie. I had like after the only part of the entire movie that I have any part to critique, and it's not even an eye roll moment. You saw it, right?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a 3-week period where I was going to the movie theater every weekend. So it was Beauty and the Beast, Logan, and then Power Rangers.
Okay. Well, the only critique I have that entire movie, and it's not even an eye roll moment, and people are gonna be like, really. In her song about the town at the very beginning of the movie, she goes into, I guess, like the priest's room.
Yeah.
She says father, I believe, and she pulls out the book. And when he says have a good day or whatever, she just says goodbye.
Okay.
Her accent changes.
Oh.
Still gonna tip. That's exactly what was gonna happen.
Yep. And it happened.
Okay.
I didn't wake up the wife.
Okay, so when it comes to that scene, she's singing, she's using French words, like French American words, like she's blending accents together, and then they go from like kind of like sing talking to where like they're talking in notes, but they're not singing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it just like it falls flat. So goodbye.
Yeah. Well, my biggest problem with Beauty and the Beast.
Only problem I have with the entire thing.
I wasn't a huge fan of how they did. I guess I have two problems. I wasn't a huge fan of how they did Be Our Guest. Like it just seemed like a little too crazy.
See, I like that.
I mean, that was the only musical number that kind of was like, disappointing. Yeah. But the other issue I have with it is she chose to do Beauty and the Beast over La La Land.
Yeah.
And I would have much rather seen her in La La Land. Like I love Emma Stone.
Yeah.
But she would have been so much better in that role in La La Land than.
Well, yeah, I could definitely see that.
But that would have made La La Land better because I saw La La Land and I'm not a fan.
That's one movie I'm not planning on watching.
Well, I might make you. Get some good conversation out of it.
Yeah.
Or maybe not.
Yeah,
there's like one musical number that I really like in La La Land, and that was about it.
Yeah. But one of the things that I actually liked that part of the Beauty and the Beast movie, because up until that point, like, yeah, I mean, they showed like the furniture talking, they explained that like the clock and the candlestick and like the maid is the feather duster and all this other stuff, but they really didn't like throw it in your face how alive that mansion was, the castle was.
Yeah.
And then that scene hits. And then you see that like it's just like the cartoon. Like like almost everything is alive in that place.
Yeah. I guess if you look at it like that.
And that's why I look, because I mean, I wasn't like, I was watching the movie because I was like, oh, okay, it's Beauty and the Beast. Like, I'm comparing it as a kid to the cartoon. I was like, oh, live action cartoon.
I'm excited for The Lion King. It should be coming out next year.
I'm scared.
For The Lion King?
Yes.
Mufasa.
Just because.
Mufasa.
Okay, so let's see, The Lion King. Okay, so I'm going through the list right now.
Of like movies coming out next year?
Yeah, so I'm really interested in after seeing the trailer, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too.
Even though I feel like the island's going to explode, we have to save as many as we can, is really kind of cheesy.
Yeah,
and kind of predictable, but
it is.
I still really want to see it. I'm
curious where they're going to go after that. Like, I'm wondering if that explosion is kind of man-made. Like, if they do something, like if InGen does something to blow up the island. Because if it's built on a volcano, they could probably...
Yeah.
In the world where they clone dinosaurs, they can probably find a way to make a volcano erupt.
Twist. The Jurassic World universe and the Austin Powers universe are the same universe.
Liquid hot magma.
Yeah. And Dr. Evil, that's actually his secret
All
volcano
I
lair.
want is a Tyrannosaurus with lasers on its head.
Yeah.
I don't know why my Dr. Evil went Trump. My Dr. Evil sounded more like Trump there. All I want is Tyrannosaurus Rex with laser beams on his head. Is that too much to ask? Sad.
Oh my god. That's perfect. Okay, so, and then obviously the Solo movie. I really looking forward to Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, if that doesn't get pushed back.
True.
It might get pushed back. Did you hear the drama on that set?
No, I didn't.
They fired Bryan Singer.
Why?
Because he didn't show up to work. I guess there had been issues with him and the main guy playing Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
So after Thanksgiving, Bryan Singer didn't come back to set, and so Fox fired him.
So they have to redo everything.
They don't have to redo everything. They only had a few weeks left. They hired a new they're hiring a new director. I don't know if they did or not, but evidently Bryan Singer said it's because he had to go take care of a sick parent.
Okay.
But in the world that Hollywood is right now,
who knows?
I don't think that's the case completely. Like, I'm sure that's part of it, but I think there's other stuff going on there.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of accusations flying towards him too.
Yeah. And then the Black Panther.
Black Panther. I'm seeing that opening weekend.
And then I really want to see the remake of The Predator. Even though I'm kind of afraid of it, I really want to see what they're going to do. Because the original Predator movie was just Hollywood going, okay, we need to make so we need to fill our quota for an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie this year. And somebody in the room was like, well, there's always The Predator. Like, oh, perfect. We'll just throw these two together.
You're an ugly son of a bitch. I keep forgetting about Predator because that's Shane Black, and I love Shane Black.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to ask me who my favorite directors are, he's one of them. Because I love Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I love The Nice Guys. I even love Iron Man 3. So the fact that he's coming back to that franchise, because he wrote the first one.
Yeah.
And then the only reason he's an actor in it is because they wanted him on set to help with rewriting some scenes.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to that. I forgot about that one.
Ocean's 8.
I can't wait for Ocean's 8. I love the Ocean's franchise.
Looks like it's going to be a good year.
Yeah, it is. Ocean's 8 looks fantastic. I don't even need to see I'm not going to see a trailer for that unless it pops up on something I'm seeing in the theaters. I just love that franchise so much.
Yeah.
That
I have a question for you. I'm sorry. I'm just going through the list.
You're good.
Hellboy. I didn't know they were making another one.
They're rebooting it.
Yeah, Hellboy. I'm reading this from the IMDb summary. Hellboy comes to England, where he must defeat Merlin's consort and Nimi,
no idea,
the Blood Queen, but their battle will bring about the end of the world, a fate he desperately tries to turn away. Interesting.
Do you know who's playing Hellboy?
Stars David Hybar.
Do you know who that is?
I'm clicking on it right now. I'm
Hopper.
better with faces.
I'll save you. It's Hopper.
Holy cow. He shaved in this picture.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like the same person.
Well, yeah.
He looks different. Okay. And then there's Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I keep forgetting about that.
Huh?
I keep forgetting about that one because everything that we're seeing is for Infinity War.
The standalone Aquaman movie.
That comes out next December. I'm looking forward to that.
Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of...
No
I'm
desire.
not looking...
No
after
desire.
seeing the first one, no.
Like...
So many issues.
Like,
Ready Player One.
I have so many issues with it. Oh, Ready Player One.
Yeah.
I am so pumped for that. Have you read the book yet?
I'm part way through it.
Okay.
As in, I like chapter 2.
Read the book.
I know. I gotta
Read
find
the book.
time. I know.
So,
but the whole Fantastic Beasts thing, like, I just know.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm just getting more and more upset about that franchise.
And then we've got, a Mary Magdalene movie.
You've got Avengers: Infinity War.
Yeah, and then the New Mutants.
New Mutants.
Yeah, I kind of passed over the ones that we have been kind of talking about.
Deadpool 2.
Yep. Pacific Rim Uprising. They made a second one.
Yeah, with John Boyega.
Interesting. The new Tomb Raider movie.
Yeah,
that actually looks interesting.
That's one that I would see at the drive-in if it was with something else.
Oh, and I'm going to wait for this to come on video before I watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But I really just want to get a six-pack and put on Rampage. Rampage is a drunk movie.
Yeah. That's like battle. Like
this is just what I thought that was needed. A 90-foot alligator or something like that. I was just thinking what we needed right now.
That movie looks ridiculous.
Oh, it looks. I love that video game though because
I never played it.
I had it for Game Boy.
Okay.
I had it for Game Boy Color.
So what is the video game? You just giant animals.
You pick
stuff?
You pick between two creatures and you just try to destroy as much as you can before you die.
Okay.
So like grabbing people who are shooting, like stomping on people who are shooting at you, pulling people out of windows, like breaking buildings down. Like okay, pretty much where they show the monkey like basically putting like tackling the base of the buildings. Like that's all Rampage is.
Okay.
Like
I mean,
like that was the little clip they threw in to remind people that it was a video game.
They haven't made a decent video game movie for Mario. Why would they? Let's just jump to
that is a lie. They have made a decent movie for Mario.
Oh really?
Yes, the Super Mario Brothers. Or it's.
Are you shitting me right now?
How else are you going to do a Mario movie in real life? How else?
In real life, you don't.
That's what I mean. So they did the best that they could in real life to make a Mario movie.
You know it's bad when your main actor's like, "Oh yeah, that movie sucked. I was drunk the whole time." Like they drank liquor to get through it.
The best thing to ever come out of that movie was the Goomba dance of them swaying in the elevator.
I've repressed so much of that movie.
There is no way that you can do an actual Mario, like live action Mario movie. So the fact that they even attempted that, and to be honest, that came out around the same time that they made a movie about Whoopi Goldberg as a city cop and her partner being a 9-foot Tyrannosaurus Rex in a movie called Rex.
Yeah, but
that came out at the same time. So in that comparison,
but you know what the difference between the two is? I guarantee you can find more people that look back on Rex more fondly than they do Mario Brothers.
I don't care. Okay, so then going back to the list.
Okay.
Incredibles 2.
Oh, God.
I can't wait for that.
My wife is not excited for that at all. She hates The Incredibles.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't get why.
I don't get it.
But I love that movie. Like I cannot wait. I am hoping that they do adult-only screenings.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go and have a bunch of kids ruin it.
Mm-hmm. Got the Day of the Dead Bloodline?
No idea.
Me neither. An orphaned boy is raised in the wild. The Jungle Book. Making another one? Post-production.
It's probably because Disney doesn't own like the stories of the Jungle Book.
Yeah.
They just own like their version of it.
I think at this point I'm getting into like indie films.
Probably.
Like Batman Ninja.
Batman Ninja is a straight to DVD.
A Rainy Day in New York. Billionaire Boys Club. Death Wish. Cloverfield movie.
Oh, let's talk about that.
After a scientific experiment abroad, the space station involving a particular.
I don't want to. I don't want to hear it. I know it's called the God particle. Like that's what they've been calling it.
Yeah.
And it's going to be part of this Cloverfield franchise. It's supposed to come out last month, but they pushed it back. I cannot wait. Like if it has Cloverfield on, like pretty much if it's Bad Robot, I'll go see it.
Hang on a second. Was this the one where they had the trailer where Ryan Reynolds was in it?
That was Life.
Okay. Because it sounds very similar.
It does. It's not though.
Okay. Yeah, after that, this is all like stuff that I haven't even heard of. Yeah, no, that's it for that. Oh, Super Troopers 2 completed. For those who are fans of that group.
Yeah, I guess I need to watch the first one. I keep forgetting that Venom is coming out next year.
Yeah.
But I doubt that's actually going to happen, so.
I'm just not a fan of like a lot of modern comedies. That's my problem. I'm not a fan of a lot of like there's like half of like the comedies that have come out in the past 7 years.
Yeah.
I just have no interest in.
Yeah. Like one of the worst movies I saw this year was Rough Night. Cuz like, oh, it's got Kate McKinnon in it. She's always funny. Movie was not good. She was good. Movie was not.
Yeah,
Mary Poppins Returns. It's got that's got Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh, okay.
So I'm looking forward to that. Wreck-It Ralph 2. Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Ah, okay.
Man, they've got 2 Pixar sequels coming out next year.
I could see that.
Damn. But yeah, next year looks fun.
Yeah.
So I don't know when I'm going to post this, but
We'll do it soon.
yeah, I'll probably post it in the next few days.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll post it today. I don't know.
Mm.
But yeah, so 2017 was good.
Yeah.
Looking forward to 2018. So that's all I've got.
Yes.
You got anything else?
Same here.
All right.
I'm just worn out. It's been a busy 2 weeks.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So holidays are coming up, so if we don't have a new episode, we apologize. But we've got a few backlog that we might be able to get some out to you. So for you have to watch this, I've been Alan.
And I am Ryan.
And we'll see you next week.
Okay.